Okay guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing well, scoundrels. I hope you're having a lovely day. I know a lot of you probably haven't seen Rupert in quite a long time. He has just been playing outside, so he does look like little bit of a scruff. But yeah, Rupert, this is Rupert. He was two days ago. So no, not 2 days ago, more than 2 days ago. Christ. Yeah, he turned 2 this week. And a lot of you guys who've been around since Auto Chess probably remember when Rupert was an absolute tiny baby. But now he's 2 and drinking my drink, apparently. Are you drinking Daddy's drink? Anyway, a few points of call before we get into this video. Got a new microphone. I would really love your feedback on A, the sound quality, and B, the volume. B, we're really close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel or you've seen me before and you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate that subscription. And if we get this video, I'm copying Hell's Devil, by the way. He's really, really smart about this. Okay, like Rupert ran off mid-sentence. So if we get this video to 500 likes before tomorrow, I will go and do another esports analysis video looking at the Icon series that is Riot endorsed, currently taking place in Southeast Asia. So I will break down some esports content tomorrow if we get the video to 500 likes. So yeah, that would be awesome. If not, probably going to do it anyway, but you just get it to 500, guys. Okay, for those of you that are new, when I do champion guides, what I generally tend to do is I do the build breakdown and I do some gameplay or replay analysis. Now, recently I've been going to bed like earlier, but I have been playing Wild Rift in bed rather than playing it on my PC, so we're probably going to do a replay analysis for this one. But what's good about the replay analysis is that we can learn not only stuff about support, but we can learn everything about the game in its entirety, because I have more freedom to look around and see what other people are doing. And in this video, I'm playing with Hells, and Hells is an absolute beast. I love him. He's an incredible player. Really lucky to play with him. And so obviously we can look at what Hells is doing. We can kind of like analyze that. We can look at what I'm doing, etc. So I think this is a really, really good video to break down. Plus, I absolutely smurfed this Alistar game. Like, this was one of the best Alistar games I've ever played, quite honestly. Anyway, so if you want to skip to the gameplay, timestamp in the description. If you want to check out some of the current meta champions in this current patch, the tier list is up there on the top of your screen. Click it, go and check out that video as well. For the time being, let's jump into the build guide. Now, unless you already have a solid build for Alistar, definitely recommend that you stick around and listen to this because it can be quite informative. In terms of items, you always go some kind of defensive boots into Locket enchant. I much prefer going for like Mercury Treads or Ninja Tabai over the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, and then into Locket enchant because it is the most impactful item that you can get before the first dragon fight. It's 1,500 gold expenditure for an item that has team-wide impact. Really, really big item, and also you get the passive movement speed from the boots. First item that I always like to go for is Zeke's Convergence, because you activate your ultimate in the middle of fights pretty much all the time, and it gives you a nice blend of magic resistant armor, which is a good way of like giving you some hybrid defenses against kind of like multiple sources of damage, of course. After this, it really depends on what the game requires. Like, for instance, if it's heavy AP damage, I'm probably going to go towards an Abyssal Mask, or I'm going to go towards an Adaptive Helm. If there's lots of armor, I might consider this what is it called? Protector's Vow. Also Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's Plate is actually one of the most underrated items on Alistar because you build up the movement speed and that allows you to get into position to use a Headbutt Pulverize combo and actually get the excess damage off when you do it as well. So Dead Man's Plate, I see the number one Alistar in the game often goes for this first item. Dead Man's Plate is a really good item on Alistar for forcing engages. But really, after Zeke's Convergence, like, and maybe Dead Man's Plate, a lot of the items are very optional and situational. It really depends on what you need for the team. So it really depends if you need something like Magic Resist, you know, like you can go for an Adaptive Helm, for instance, or if you need to rush something like that Abyssal Mask to give you that more Magic Resist as well. Or Abyssal Mask is very good when you're combining it with heavy magic dealing users on your team, so like an Aurelion Sol or an Orianna. Abyssal Mask is a great complement to them because it increases the magic damage that enemies take in an area around you. So really depends on kind of like what you want for the team. And again, support itemization in general is rather flexible, but you know, for the most part, Alistar has a pretty good set item path, and if you're ever struggling, this build path will generally do you pretty well. Okay, runes. The only good rune on Alistar, in my opinion, is Aftershock. You could go Font of Life or whatever it is. I can't even remember what it's called. Yeah, Font of Life. But honestly, for the most part, Aftershock is 10 times better. Aftershock gives you the resistances in the laning phase especially, or around the first dragon fight. For when you find that first engage, for a few seconds, you're very tanky, and then you deal a bit of damage in an area around you. So Aftershock, for that reason, is absolutely the best rune in that sense. And then Weakness, because obviously you're applying a lot of CC, and so therefore, you know, that helps you, you know, your team burst the champions that you're applying CC to. It works with Zeke's Convergence as well, because that generally tends to slow people in an area around you. And then Loyalty and Pack Hunter, mainly because these are the two support runes, and in general, Alistar does benefit from Pack Hunter as well. The little bit of extra movement speed can help him with the Dead Man's Plate too. So Loyalty and Pack Hunter are just a really good set of runes. In terms of spells, it really depends on what your AD carry's going. If they go Barrier, you go Heal. If they go Heal, you go Exhaust or Ignite, depending on what the team needs. Usually Ignite. I would go Exhaust if I was up against a Zed, a Yasuo, an Olaf, or a Kennen, for instance, because that can help keep your AD carry safe, especially with Olaf being so strong right now. Just exhausting him when he's running down your AD carry can often buy them a bit of time and hopefully allow you to either outlast his ultimate or just allow you to get control of him. Even though he doesn't get the slow applied to him, the damage reduction still does, and that can actually be really helpful. Okay, let's jump into the game. Let's do a replay analysis of this Alistar game. And yeah, hopefully we all learn a little bit about either support and the game in general. Okay, we're into the replay now. Let's get going. First of all, let's have a look at team comps. The one thing that I want to point out is we kind of got trolled in draft this game. This Aurelion Sol locked in Aurelion Sol, despite the fact that Hells had already locked in Orianna. And you can see Hells just like, what on earth is going on? Like, what am I doing? Why is there an Aurelion Sol in my lane? He didn't even realize until we got into game that we were trolled in draft. And now he's just like, do I go Baron lane? Like, what's going on here? So he was just kind of typing to the team saying, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. Luckily, Hells is an absolute bro and decided that he wasn't going to like get arsey or salty about it, and he just went towards the Baron lane. Not ideal to have an Orianna in the Baron lane, but luckily their Baron lane matchup is a Yasuo, and Yasuo is someone that goes mid lane as well. So you can see here, in the top lane, I was talking a little bit about Hells too much. We actually ended up getting first blood. Now, the problem that I had is that I thought that, well, I basically screwed up. I should have just run here. I genuinely thought that that we were going to be able to sort of kill the Ashe, and I thought that, you know, Draven was going to go fully commit and needed the heal. I just messed up. However, Draven got first blood. So, if you actually look at the gold, Draven's only about 500 behind, and actually he's got a load of CS to catch at his tower, so he shouldn't actually end up being too far behind once the Ashe comes back into lane. And actually, you know, I'm not that bothered about an Ashe getting gold, because Ashe is very low damage output. So even though Ashe got a double kill there because we went a little bit too hard, I mean, Draven did flash under tower for first blood. I should have backed off, but committed as well. That was just a little bit of an error. I still think that we're in a good spot. And in terms of itemization, like, Draven's just got double longsword and Ashe has got a vamp scepter. So we're still actually in like kind of a stronger position in terms of dueling potential. Yes, okay, like Ashe has a bit of sustain, but in terms of pure dueling potential, me and Draven have got a much better situation. And so I'm not afraid to look for another, you know, all-in engage, especially now that I'm level 3. Like, if they step up like this, I'm not afraid to just go in and look for an engage. And that's why I forced the flash out of Ashe. She gets taken down. Now, with the Amumu here, I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. So with the Amumu, I'm just like, yeah, see you later. But look at the Draven. This Draven's a beast. Like, he just keeps going. Uses the barrier. One more axe catch. Used the minions to sort of essentially buy time for himself. And he got a double kill out of that scenario. And when you're playing with a Draven, especially when you're playing as Alistar, you should be looking to be as aggressive as possible. So obviously, I know that I'm getting tower dived here because Akali hit level 5. However, we do have Aurelion Sol. That's why I make the combo happen on Akali, because I'm just like, okay, she's going to try and dive me. I want to try and clear the wave. And actually, what ended up happening here was the Shyvana picks up the kill. Or at least, no, Shyvana doesn't pick up the kill, or does she pick up the kill? Does she pick up the kill? I can't remember. Oh, what a beast. What a beast, Shyvana. And actually, she can use her burnout to get away from the Ashe. Ashe then just gets locked up by the Draven again, who goes in. Look at that really insane max range headbutt pole combo. We weren't able, we forced the barrier out of Ashe, which is really important for the next fight, but we weren't able to get the kill. However, Ashe only just turned back up to lane. She's now at half HP. And I got a max range headbutt pole combo under tower, and I didn't actually proc the tower aggro, which is really, really important. See, now if I were Rakan, I might actually be looking for some kind of engage here. I guess they're waiting for level 5s, which is, you know, sensible. But Rakan did have a slight opportunity to potentially look for an engage. Draven's backing off. So Draven actually backed off here, but I think it's because he went to pick up the Bloodthirster. I actually take a buttload of damage from the Rakan because I'm not actually level 5 yet, so I take half HP damage, which is never a good look. But hopefully, once I hit level 5, it won't actually matter, because once I hit level 5, I basically get another full HP HP bar worth of effective HP anyway. And here comes Draven. Okay, so we're back in the laning phase. Even though I took a load of damage just before Draven turned up, Draven's now got Bloodthirster. Big item spike for him, gives him plenty of sustain, gives him an extra shield on top as well. So really good item for Draven to have. And if they step up, if they get anywhere close to this minion wave, I'm going in, baby. I'm looking for the headbutt pulve combo because I know that we win every single fight from this point forward, except for when you do that. And that was absolutely terrible from me. So I just knocked the Ashe away and decide to stun the Rakan. Ashe walks back in, and we get the kill anyway. Luckily, my Draven's so fed that it doesn't matter because I screwed up that combo. But I'm actually just a really good player, so that's why. Ping's coming out for Dragon. Now, this is an interesting start for me. I don't know whether I would have just randomly started Dragon. I think what's important to note in this situation is Amumu is literally just across the wall. Okay? So Amumu is literally just across the wall. I'm going to turn the Fog of War back on because we do have some wards over the wall. I play this so well. Watch this. Knock him away, knock him up, and then immediately Blast Cone as well. Just to keep myself safe and also knock myself away from the Ashe. So I go over, I stop Amumu from getting over the wall with a headbutt pulverize combo, and then I obviously essentially get the knock away. He still dies, and then I get the stun onto Rakan, who's very low HP. And here, the ultimate comes through. Look how low we are. Look how low we are. I can't believe I survived that. And Draven now just has a huge amount of lifesteal, and he gets the second kill there. Draven now sitting on 6,200 gold, and Ashe has got 3,800. That's how busted Draven is when he gets some kills. 6 and 2, by the way. And I'm 0, 1, and 8 on Alistar. Like, I had a bit of an oopsie daisy in the early laning phase, but me and Draven have just absolutely steamrolled since that point. The only other thing that we have to be aware of is obviously the Yasuo is 1-on-1, so he could be a little scary. And the Amumu has gone full AP. This actually benefits us because I'm playing very tanky. They don't really have a good tank. Rakan has gone Rod of Ages. Why? I mean, I don't think it's the worst item in the world for Rakan, but really, why? It's not a great item. It's not a great item for Rakan. I think the problem with going Rod of Ages is it's a very selfish build, whereas support you are generally looking to play for your team. Now I played quite sneaky here. I was looking to get into the brush to make sure Rakan thought he was alone. We end up Ashe turning up to this fight. Rakan's super low at this point, and now we can actually die Ashe really easily here. I don't even think I'm needed. I think just one more basic attack does it. And that was really clean. Like, we forced the Rakan down. Ashe got boxed into her turret. Rakan couldn't stop the dive coming through. And now me and Draven are desperately shoving first turret of the game. Because if you have a look at bot lane, like, Hell's got ganked by the Akali. And then obviously now the Aurelion Soul has just, like, come down and got a kill back here. But obviously it could have been very scary. Like, they could have lost that turret. This is a terrible matchup for Aurelion Soul. Like, Yasuo can close the gap on him really easily. Me and Draven decided to go, like, super aggressive here. I knocked the Rakan away because I didn't really want Draven to get locked up. Draven decides that he's just going for it. I decided that I'm just not having any of that fight. No way that I want to go that deep, and I decide to run. But watch this, okay? I have tier 2 boots. This is why having Locket is really nice early on, because look how much quicker I am than Amumu. I'm also utilizing the vision to make it difficult for Amumu to actually see me. And at the last minute, I get to turret and lock it myself to make sure it's difficult to... or at least it's not as attractive to go for the engage on me. So we managed to escape just by having higher movement speed. We burnt the flash of the Rakan, and Amumu didn't even commit to the tower dive either. Now this is a bit dumb of me. I stopped the Amumu in like a little bit of a cheeky little never mind. And I thought well, maybe my Draven would get that. I thought Draven was going to be closer than he was, unfortunately. But we burnt the Amumu flash at the end of the day, which is also a pretty nice thing. But yeah, I was being a little cheeky in that engage there, unfortunately. They won't get the tower, though, because Draven's just too fed at this point in time, so they're not going to get the tower. I don't know if Amumu's still in that brush. He's not. Okay, yeah, Draven didn't want to go too deep on that. He's not in the brush. So at this point, I'm now going mid lane with Hells to try and push this mid lane wave in. We basically want to get mid lane control. There is, a good chance that we can force this mid lane tower down. But obviously Yasuo turns up to save the day. It looks like Yasuo and Akali have actually just switched up lanes here. And obviously Aurelion Sol currently in a bit of a battle with the Akali in the bot lane and losing somehow. Sorry, and winning somehow. Akali should win that matchup relatively easily. So I'm just trying to get vision control and general control around the Infernal Drake. Infernal Drake is one of those drakes that you do really want to look for the priority on. Hells obviously is still doing incredible. That was a great shockwave from Hells because it just gets the Ashe dead. And obviously Draven's on the back here. I'm now engaging on the back line over here. We get a massive Aurelian Soul Stun off, and I just walk away for free. I get another little headbutt Polv combo off. I die obviously to the Akali, but who cares at the end of the day? Triple kill for Draven. My team got a complete ace basically, and we're going to get the Infernal Drake for free. And so that's a really good thing for us. I mean, Shyvana smites it early. Don't think she needed to because she wasn't that unhealthy, but, you know, there isn't anyone to contest it realistically. Think the Rift Herald got dropped in the top lane as well. Bit of a, you know, I would have dropped it mid personally because of how low the mid lane turret was, but Hells is absolutely beastie. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to be after that in fight. He knew, okay, we have the mid lane wave shoved in. Hells almost gets locked up by this Rakan, but Rakan kind of runs his ultimate down a little bit. And Hells is right now really strong as well. He is sitting on a Seraph's, and he's almost got a Liandry, so he's almost at the big 2-item power spike for the Orianna, especially coming up for the Baron fight, because the game is now a little bit about Baron and Baron control. If you look at my build right now, I'm going for the result, you know, the thing. Guardian thing. I catch the Akali out, nice little headbutt Polv combo. I'm still pretty strong here. Not going to bother popping my ultimate just yet. Even with the Ashe Arrow, don't really feel the need to do so. And so essentially we got a lot of damage off on some key targets, which especially with this Draven, is enough for us to say with Yasuo top, let's just go Baron. If Amumu steps up, if Amumu tries to steal, I'm just going to knock him away. And he doesn't even bother coming near. Draven is so fed that he can take Baron so quickly, and we have a Shyvana who's really strong with Baron control as well. So we're in a really good spot. In terms of itemization for myself, after I get the item, which for some reason I can't remember the name of, that was a really interesting engage from me, by the way. I went for like a little headbutt Polv combo, but me and Hells are going to absolutely crush this in a minute. Just watch this in a second, right? Hells taken pretty low. They're looking for him. I use my ultimate. Hells, massive shockwave. Absolutely ludicrous shockwave. I knock the Akali away just so I can get a little bit further into the engage. I flash away from the Akali. Hells gets the double kill. I'm just piecing out because I absolutely did not deserve to live there, but me and Hells played the fight really well. Like a 2 versus 3. Hells is super strong. His shockwave was absolutely incredible. And I didn't go for the headbutt Polv combo on the Ahri because I wanted to use it just to get a little bit closer to the Rakan and then pulverize afterwards. So essentially I was headbutt Polving to headbutt the Akali away so I didn't die, and then I Polved the Amumu and the Rakan to kill them quickly. So that's essentially the reason I played the fight the way I did. And off the back of that really nice 2v3, we actually pick up 2 inhibitor turrets, which is just off the back of what was an insane catch by me and Hells in a 2v3 scenario. I take the Ashe ultimate to the face here. Have to be a little careful because we are running out of minions. Shyvana's not with us. We're getting taken pretty low as well. Again, I'm now being like super aggressive with my positioning just to make sure I'm kind of helping my team get out of this fight. But we are like in a super strong position now. And all it takes is going to be a good engage. Again, catch the Akali out. I'm going to use my ultimate once more, just buying loads of time here. They're trying to go on the Shyvana, and she is taken pretty low, but I'm just like really tanky, and I knock them into the Shyvana. I knock the Amumu into the Shyvana, and then Shyvana just kills everybody. Like, Shyvana just comes out of GA and kills absolutely everybody. We played that fight so well, and we even get the kill onto Rakan right at the end as well, so the triple kill comes out. The enemy surrenders, and we played an excellent game. Me and Helms especially had a really good 2v3 in the mid lane. And again, the key to my success, roaming around the map, being aggressive with the Draven, just like looking for engages, punishing a weak lane in the form of Ashe, getting Draven snowballing, making sure I was there for all the big neutral objectives, and of course, not being afraid on Alistar to take kind of risky engages because you have your ultimate, which helps keep you safe in those scenarios. So boom! Again, if you got to this stage of the video, I'm going to ask you a question. Who's your favorite support? Either to play with, or to have in your team, or for you to play personally. Who is your favorite support? Mine is absolutely Rakan, because he's the most fun to play. He's a little bit underpowered right now. I don't think he's tanky enough to compare with Alistar, but Rakan... Alistar is a close second, by the way. Love Alistar. But Rakan is my favorite support. My least favorite support is Lulu. She's so boring. Like, really boring. Okay, guys. I will see you, if we get 500 likes, esports analysis video tomorrow. See you then.